Hopefully you're already confident with using the formal column method for subtraction and you've had a little go at borrowing. This final video in our subtraction section shows you the quickest way that you can subtract using the column method. Let's look at the question 92, take away 46. Let's set it out in a column as usual, so tens and units, 92, 46 underneath, remembering our subtraction sign. So let's start with the units column. So we've got 2 units, take away 6. Now we know that we can't subtract the 6 from the 2, so we need to borrow. Now we understand the idea of borrowing now, so we don't need to partition our numbers. We can just go straight ahead and borrow from the tens column. So there are 9 tens here. We're going to borrow one of those. So we're going to put a line through it and say, well, if we've borrowed one of those, we've now got 8 left. And we're going to give that 1 to the units. So instead of 2, we've now got 12. So we haven't changed our number. We've just rearranged it slightly. So instead of 92, we've got 80 and 12. And now we can continue with our subtraction as usual. So we're going to start with our units. We've now got 12 take away 6. We can do that. 12 take away 6 is 6, write it underneath. And then we're going to move to our tens column, and we've got 8 tens take away 4 tens. And we know that's 4. And we've worked out that the answer to 92 subtract 46 is 46. Let's try another question. This time we're going to do 86 and we're going to subtract 39. Set it out as usual, and once you've set it out we're ready to start. So we've got 6 subtract 9. We can't do that, so we're going to borrow. We're going to go to the column next to it. 8 tens are going to become 7 tens, and that 10 is going to be given to the units to make 16. Now we can do 16 subtract 9. 16 subtract 9 is 7, and then the tens column, 7 subtract 3 is 4. So 86 subtract 39 is 47. Okay, you're going to try this next question yourself, so you can pause the video and have a try. Did you get the answer 14? If so, well done. If not, rewind the video and have a try at some of the other questions we've done previously, just to keep practicing. Let's have a look at another question. So this time we're going to do 538 subtract 72. So a larger question this time. So set it out in columns, remembering this time we've got hundreds, tens and units. And then 72, lining those up correctly so that the 7 is under the tens. Start with the units column. 8 subtract 2, we can do that. 8 subtract 2 is 6. Then we're moving on to the tens column. We've got 3 take away 7. Now we can't do that, but it works in exactly the same way it has before. We're just going to borrow. So this time we're going to go to the hundreds column and we're going to borrow one of those. So if we borrow 1, that makes it 4, and then that 1 that we've borrowed is going to come to the 10, so now we've got 13 tens. Now we can do 13 take away 7, which is 6, so put that underneath. And then our final part of the subtraction, we've got 4 hundredths, take away nothing. Well, take away nothing, that means we've still got 4, and the answer is 466. You're going to try the next one yourself, so I'm going to give you the question 627 subtract 152. Give that a go, pause the video, and then we'll see how you get on. Okay, hopefully you set it out like this. Starting with the units, we have 7 subtract 2, which is 5. The tens column, we've got 2 subtract 5, which we can't do. So we're going to move to the hundreds, take away 1 from there, leaves us with 5, and give that 1 that we've borrowed here. Now we've got 12 subtract 5, which is 7. And then the hundreds, 5 subtract 1, which is 4, giving us an answer of 475. Another question to try. This time we're going to do 625 subtract 47. So we'll write it out correctly. Okay, so starting with the units, you might have noticed here we're going to need to borrow, aren't we? We've got 5 subtract 7, that's not going to work. So move to the tens, borrow 1, it gives us 1 10 left, and we've borrowed there to make 15. Now we can do 15 take away 7, which is 8, write that underneath. And then we get to the tens, and we've got 1 subtract 4. We're going to need to borrow again, but that's fine. We just keep doing exactly what we did before. So we can't do 1 subtract 4, so we're going to borrow again, this time from the hundredths. So we've got 5, and then we're going to give that 10. Now this is where you need to be quite neat, because we've now got 11. So now we can do the 11 take away the 4, which is 7. And then we've got the 5 take away nothing, and that is 5. So 625 subtract 47 is 578. Here's a little tip for you. What about if you came across the question 500 take away 47, for example, and you set it out with your hundreds, tens and units, and then you started your calculations and you realised there was quite a lot of borrowing that needed to be done here. We've got a 0 subtract 7, but then if we look to the column next to it to borrow, there's nothing actually here to borrow. Now this is possible, but it's quite tricky and it's very easy to make mistakes. So I always suggest when you've got a question that contains some zeros, don't use the column method. Use an easier method that will stop you from making mistakes. So rather than using the column method, use the number line method. Much easier, and it does stop you making those silly errors from writing the numbers down. So when we use the number line method, we're going to start at 47, because what we're doing is we're counting up from 47 to get to 500. So we've got 47 one end of our number line and 500 the other. So we count up, remember we count up to the next 10. 47 to the next 10 is 50. And let's make sure we write down how many we've counted up, which was 3. Now from 50 we can go to, well, let's go to the next 100. So from 50 to 100, that's 50, and then from 100 we can go to 400. So far we've made a jump of 400 and 50 and 3, and that gives us the answer 453. In this instance, it's much quicker and it's much easier than doing a column method. So it's really important in maths that don't just follow one set procedure. Always think about which is the easiest way to solve something. Well done.